Hi, guys. Just a little update on medbed.com. I'm just, I had checked on this website, and I've done a report on this before. I checked on this website last year, and it was defunct. It was no longer in use because they were touting about these med beds at the beginning of last year, all through, I think, summertime. But I had checked, maybe it was the fall of last year or so, and it had gone defunct. And it was some other site. It was like a travel site, and it was medbed.com, and it redirected you. So you can go and click on this and get the information about who owns this website if you're savvy enough. I've done that before and found that, of course, this is newly created site and all this. But I want to point this out because you guys are probably going to be hearing on the home front somewhere in the world about this technology. And this 9010 Medbed thing has been out since last year, and it was just a bed. But here's what they do. And I want to point out this again because they've really gotten good with their little animations and stuff now. This is all CGI imagery. They use this futuristic imagery to sell your mind on this concept and idea of this great technology that can benefit you. But I want to tell you, I'm savvy enough because I've seen so much crap in Hollywood. I'm like, be warned. You have been warned by just watching this video that this stuff right now is not available to the public. Okay, so now what I've noticed that they've done, though, they want to put this really big in your consciousness and your subconscious. Medbed. This is hypnotic suggestion. Medbed effect now. And they've added this term to dampen the term. I'm wondering if they got sued or something by putting out medbed.com and talking about how, it was beneficial, and they were selling your mind to all the notion of these fake imagery, basically. This is sci-fi, superficial CGI imagery. This is the kind of world we're going into, very fake realm of fake possibilities. Now, does this kind of scientific technology exist? Most likely somewhere in the world. Someone has this capability, but right now it is not available to the population. And I've been very privy to the realm of healing for a while now about radionics and about the benefits of orgone energy, an orgone accumulator, very natural energies that are healing frequencies. And everything's about frequency. So when this thing came out, I actually knew somebody that went and sat in one of these, and they were sold. Their whole mind was sold on the value of it, even though when they had sat on the thing, it was just a normal bed. And supposedly you get to sit for like 8 hours in this bed. I wouldn't have done it, but some people are real willing to try these things. She said that she was actually very tired afterwards, which I thought that was interesting. And especially after 8 hours of laying in a bed, you can do that at home, right? Just go lay for 8 hours in the bed and see how tired you get. But this is a fallacy. Again, now your quantum energy is your mind. And you can just know this intrinsically. And this is the stuff that's actually trying to catch up with the whole metaphysical reality that we're about to learn about ourselves and how we can heal ourselves with our sound, the voice that we create and thoughts that we create and all this stuff. So they got to hurry up and try to catch up before people catch on to the notion that we are the ones who are actually out here healing ourselves and that they've been just selling our minds to placebos. So let's go look at some things. Now, this is, again, fake imagery that you can purchase on, certain websites. I've already gone over this information in another video, and you can go look that up and dig it out of the archives. But they're saying that this has scientific proof. Now, I want to show you. A lot of these images, they just made these things bigger from what they were before. Okay, look at this guy. They've added somebody. They got the tetragrammaton in there, and this is actually, the fire and water symbols, which is actually the 4 elements. But let's go in. Look at this guy. Okay. I said, okay, wait a minute. This is where I go with this stuff. I'm like, let me find out who this guy is and find out what his accreditations are, because they're saying this guy is somebody to know. Well, watch this. This is how easy it is to go debunk something such as this. Okay. So you click on the link, the video, and it takes you to this YouTube video. And the first thing, before I even let the video play, they have his name up here in the description box. You know, it's on Professor Doctor. Now, have you ever heard of that term before? Professor Doctor? That, number one, was like a red flag. I've never heard of anyone refer to themselves as Professor Doctor. You're either a professor or you're a doctor. You're usually not both. But this is Professor Dr. Peter Darch, C. Darch. So all I did was type his name in to the search engine. Professor Dr. Peter C. Darch, okay? And over here, St. Leonard's Academy of Denmark. Professor Dr. Peter Darch. P.C. Darch's research. Diethylhexyl phthalate possesses a great industrial value as a plasticizing agent and has become an ubiquitous environmental contaminant. Okay, let's keep going. Grander water revitalization holds a diploma degree in biochemistry and habilitation in human physiology. So, okay, this guy has a diploma degree in biochemistry, but he's a professor doctor. Where's his real accreditations? I'm just questioning this. Diplom biochemiker. I still am very sketched out over this technology. Biochemiker, human physiology. I don't really trust this guy. I want to know his actual accreditation. Okay, so I clicked on this first description in researchgate.net about this character. Now, it's affiliated with the University of Tübingen. Now, let's see here. Look at this. Okay, I want you to notice some of the subjects that are being presented here. Insufficient ventilation as the etiology of illness perception in elementary school. And all they're saying, okay, that Darch is a part of this. 2 years after renovation of the classrooms in a primary school, pupils and teachers complained about offensive odors and complaints of the respiratory tract. These are all the things. Okay, let's keep going. Look, I can't read the Dutch, but a lot of these articles are about poisons and all kinds of, look, new methods for determination of butozethanol and butacetyldehyde and butoxyacetic acid in aqueous systems with special reference to cell culture conditions. These are very chemicalized studies. Sodium, whatever, causes cytotoxic effects. This is all about doing studies with poisons, basically. Monochloroacetic acid and its sodium salt are widely used in chemical industries as intermediates in the synthesis of this acid and glycine, dyes, and others. Moreover, it has been found as a byproduct of the chlorination disinfection of drinking water, I'm sure. Do you see the common denominator here? Cytotoxicity of 2-butozethanol and its oxidation products in vitro. In vitro. This is like they're doing all of these lab experiments with poisons and stuff. Glycol ethers belong to a group of solvents in a wide spectrum of applications, particularly because of their compatibility to both hydrophilic and lipophilic systems, especially ethylene glycol, and it's widely used as a key ingredient in many industrial and consumer cleaning products. So they're not basing concerns, it doesn't look like. It's like they're just doing these studies of all this chemical stuff. Migration transformed renal epithelial cells is regulated by K-channel modulation of actin, cytoskeleton, and cell volume. These studies are not necessarily about health, I would say. Cytotoxic effects, in vitro. I mean, do you see a common denominator here with all of these subjects? Azo dyes, carcinogenic. If he was a researcher of life, wouldn't he be studying life instead of some of this chemical research stuff? We examined a painter and spray varnish painter who had periodically been exposed over a period of 20 years to concentrations of benzene, in which today were considered carcinogenic. The patient was diagnosed as having contracted hairy cell leukemia at 54. Okay, let's see if we can look at this. Hairy cell leukemia is rare lymphoma, low malignancy. According to the real classification, it's considered to be a peripheral B-cell neoplasia. His physician has suspected evidence of an occupational disease. German list of occupational diseases, blah, 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 based upon a case study. Medical data, current status of medical knowledge cannot assume a causal connection of this kind. Now, do you see these studies? Why is he involved with a medbed, y'all? What has this guy's research got to do with any medbed? This is why I suspect people, I'm very suspicious of things. And so I go and I do my diligence on who is putting out this information, because we need to be questioning everything after the lessons that we've learned recently. So here we go. He's researching these compounds, and he's part of the research of all of these different poisons and things. This is actually alchemy, but they call it chemistry. And these people are alchemists, and they've been finding out all the poisons and all the effects of what they do. And then they release them into the atmosphere, and they put them in our products, and they feed us the products, and they do all these things with it. This is what they've been doing. And then they sell it as a benefit. But as you can see, none of this stuff is even tied to medbed or health or wellness. And someone that's going to be involved with wellness is going to have a proven history of working for the benefit of mankind, not these toxic components and things. So I just want people to be on notice that all of this stuff that they put out here and tout about good frequencies and all this, you better make sure you've done your homework before you go hooking yourself up to a machine, is what I say. I warn all my friends. I'm like, don't go run into one of these things, any kind of machine, unless you absolutely know beyond a shadow of a doubt what it's doing. And I would say that the natural things that are out here, like the natural earth frequencies with Orgon and Wilhelm Reich's work, with the Orgon accumulator, the cloudbuster, and with the electroculture that's popping up everywhere, all of those are natural energies that are being created by the earth. Those types of energies are not necessarily going to hurt you. Now, the Orgon, apparently there is a DOR, which is it's a direct harmful Orgon energy frequency, and there's really no way to tell how that is a benefit or not. So you have to really do your homework when you're working with the stuff that Wilhelm Reich was working on and all of his research. And you can contact the Wilhelm Reich Museum, and you can actually order the diagrams for the Orgon accumulator and build one yourself at home. And it's just a box that is made of different materials that you sit in. So you put a wooden chair in the middle of this box, and you sit in it for a amount of time. I don't even know what the amount of time is anymore. Maybe like 40 minutes or something, maybe even 20 minutes. I don't know. I don't remember. But I do have the designs, but I have not built one yet because it requires wool. So it's layers. It's a wooden box with layers, and I believe it's like inorganic and organic material. And then you layer it like a cake, and you close it up in a box, and then you just get in it, and that's it. It's that simple. I do have those plans, and you can get it. It's like $12 to get the plans, so it's not something expensive. And it's something you can look into and then utilize the natural earth frequencies. Very simple processes. I say, go with that instead of something like this thing and all of these electronic devices that are going to be out here. A lot of them are going to be emitting Wi-Fi frequencies, which we already know is not good for us. This harmful electromagnetic radiation fields. That stuff's not good for us. Point blank. I mean, we don't even read all the warning labels on all of our technologies, but I just want people to be aware of this. Open your eyes, read things, research, do your diligence, because there are tricks to be played out here still in the world, and even continuing as we go into the future. They're still going to be around, and they're going to try to trick us into all kinds of things. I don't trust this guy. I don't trust him, and I certainly don't trust these people who are putting out this whole thing. Medbed OS. Now, I don't trust the people that are putting out this website. They have been deceptive so far. These are all fake images. I've already pointed this out. They can be found on a CGI website where you can actually hire someone to make the CGI for you. So yeah, just be warned. And don't fall for these traps. Do your homework and ask a lot of questions before running towards the new technologies that they're coming out with. Now, here is a picture of the actual bed, I guess, and they've put like this extra padding around to make it seem like you're going to get your value, because apparently this thing is over $900 or something. It's like over $1,000. I don't know. And it's just a normal bed. But they got to put all of this stuff to try to sell your mind to this idea that, wow, this is a futuristic bed. This is going to be amazing for my body. Just be warned. That's all I've got to say. You know, I don't trust anything like this. It's all selling lies to your vision. Propaganda, I would say. DNA project, oh Lord. An ongoing research project. We are dealing with the question of whether quantum energy can boost the self-healing power to the extent that it can be correct the faulty genetic material or recode the DNA. We will keep you informed about the progress. Oh my gosh, that's scary. Oh my Lord. You can do all kinds of beneficial things for your own body with your own voice. You know, sing song your sentences and sing song things and sing more often. And you can activate things in your body because you're sending out the frequencies. Make sure that they're love frequencies, though, and not this hip hop and rap and stuff out here in the world, because that stuff is really doing damage to the tetragrammaton matrix. And just go study Dr. Masaru Emoto and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, this is a joke. I'm going to leave this again here in the description box. You guys can go click on these links and check it out. And I'll see you again on the next one.